Let's get the party started. Hey everybody, welcome to the $1 million Plan video. And we are in the conversion mastery part of the course, so welcome. Glad you made it here. You know, I just want to congratulate you. Congratulations for getting here. You know, if you have gone through the capture mastery, through traffic mastery, you got a lot of ideas right now, right in your head. Hopefully, you know, if I done a decent job explaining this stuff to you. And hopefully you were taking this course, and as you progressed up to this point right here, you were taking, and you were kind of going through this course in the order that it was presented to you. Very important. And the reason I'm so adamant about this is because, when you build a house, you build a foundation first, don't you? Right? And then you start building, getting all the walls and the framing stuff, and then the plumbing and heating, all the duct work inside of it, and then you put all the fancy stuff, right, on the house, inside of the house. Then you kind of decorate the house. Well, in building a business, something very similar happens when you're building your business. I have been fortunate enough to be working with a lot of people over the years, over the last almost a decade, believe it or not. I have been doing this full time, and I love it. I would not want to do anything else except what I'm doing right now, because I'm in love with what I do. But the thing is this: in this business, getting money is actually the easy part. We actually got to the part to where we're going to be talking about how to actually get money from your people, right, from your list. And I don't mean this like in a weird way or anything like that, right? We're literally going to talk about how to serve your people, how to deliver the goods and services, whatever that it is that you're going to be delivering to them in exchange for money. Does that make sense? Because you started in this industry, you started your business, you started doing what you're doing, probably because you wanted a better lifestyle. You have something that you can deliver to the market, right, in exchange for money. And hopefully, you're doing a good job at it, right, or you are going to do a good job at it. Maybe you're in the process. But you need to learn, right, how do you convert those prospects, those visitors, and get them to do business with you, and so as weird as it may sound, we're going to be talking about how to do that, but it's actually the easiest part of all, but before we can talk about this stuff, before you start diving into this, and if you're like jumping around, if you haven't watched, Capture Mastery first, if you don't really know different ways of getting traffic, all that stuff, and where to get that traffic, I suggest you go back. All right, and just review the Capture Mastery part of the course. It's available to you. It's yours, right? But that would be your number one thing I would actually recommend that you check out. And then you go through the Traffic Mastery modules, right? Get to know a little bit about how to get traffic, where to go to get traffic, and of course, if you're an advanced member, if you're in the part of the elite circle, we're going to be talking about we're going to be talking about this stuff on the ongoing basis and what's working now, as we progress into the future together. Right now, here's what I want to talk to you about. You see, up to this point, if you have gone through this in the order that I was presenting this course to you, right, you understand that, let's just call it, you probably see me draw this, thousands of times, right? No, maybe not thousands, maybe hundreds. This is your landing page, okay? And so every single visitor that you're going to send, right, this right here is your traffic going to your landing page, okay? And you are doing something called building your list. Let this circle here, let's have this oval egg shape figure over here represent your list, okay? We'll just say your list. Now, here's the thing, okay? You're getting people to your list. What do you do with this list, okay? Nothing happens until something gets sold, okay? I mean, and again, we can rephrase this a little bit in a different way, right? We can say nothing happens till you get, till you know how to get traffic. Well, nothing really happens till you convert that traffic into a prospect. This is optional, but highly, highly, highly recommended. If you're not doing this, you're literally you're suffocating your business, and you are just not being very smart about running business. Okay, so that's why I'm teaching you what I'm teaching you, is because I want you to know how to do this properly. Okay, I've been doing this for 9 years, and literally what I'm going to be teaching you right now, okay, in this particular module, my friend, listen up. I can promise you Okay, this stuff can be worth millions and millions of dollars if you listen. Okay, if you actually apply some of these principles and strategies that we're going to be talking about. Okay, we're going to be covering a lot of really cool stuff, and literally what I'm going to show you in this video right now can be worth $1 million to you or more. Okay, when I understood these principles a few years ago, and when I started to apply them, listen, I had no problem just taking my business and ascending my business to the levels that most people think it's just not possible. Listen, I was able to take these approaches and these principles I'm going to share with you right now, right in this module, starting with this video, and I was able to set the industry's record. Listen, I never done network marketing before, right? And I don't know what your industry is, but you know, I was able to literally step into the network marketing industry, okay, where there is tens and hundreds of millions of people. Okay, I want you to hear this out. Okay, and out of hundreds of millions of people that's inside of the network marketing industry, I was able to, within my first 30 days, was able to set an industry's record for the most amount of money earned in commissions in the first 30 days ever in this industry. Okay, as far as I know. Okay, how do you do that? Well, you do that by certainly understanding a little bit about this stuff. But I can tell you, this stuff accounted for about 20%, maybe 30% of my success. Okay, this stuff right here, and the stuff we're going to be covering in this module, accounted for about 70 or 80% of my success. Does that make sense? Now, the really cool thing about this is you can take these principles, you can take this framework, all right, that I'm going to show you, and you can apply this to any business, any model, you know, any industry that you're a part of. Okay. And it's probably going to work for you fantastically. Now, the really cool part about this is hardly anybody understands how to do this properly. I'm going to show you how to do this properly. Again, cannot teach you something I don't know. I'm only going to teach you from my experience, okay, and stuff that worked really well for me personally, okay? So the idea is this, listen, you know, people are building a list, and there is a big, giant problem in the industry, okay, among small business owners, entrepreneurs, you know, network marketers, multi-level marketing, distributors and promoters, affiliate marketers, internet marketers, right? There's a huge, giant, massive problem. What is the problem? Well, the problem is this. The problem is, okay, the problem is if this is your list, and it doesn't matter how many people, obviously as you're building, you know, as you're getting more traffic to your landing page, your list is going to grow, right? It's going to grow exponentially. But I want you to know, it may take a little bit of time for you to build a giant list, right? And what I mean by giant, I don't know, you know, 100,000, couple 100,000 people on your list. You know, if you have that, you're going to be at the top probably 10% of internet marketers, you know, ever, right? But your list can be 20 people, it can be 100 people, it can be 1,000 people, you know, or it can be millions of people, right? The giant problem that virtually every entrepreneur, especially if they understand this framework, is facing is this. Okay? There is only going to be a certain amount of or a certain percentage of your list of people, okay, that will actually open your email when you send out an email. So the process is this, is you're collecting your list, okay? These are your subscribers, people who have opted in to get more information about your lead magnet, about whatever it is that you promised them, okay? So now that they're on your list, now this is where majority of your money should come from, okay? When they're on your list, this is when the marketing, the true marketing begins. This is when the true conversions begin. Does that make sense? And I cannot emphasize enough how important it is for you to understand what I'm about to teach you. Okay? Please pay very close attention. Close off your chats, close off your Facebooks, close off your Skypes, turn your phone off. Nothing else, I don't believe nothing else is as important as for you to understand this kind of stuff, because without this, you're going to be struggling like the majority, okay? So what is the problem? Well, the big problem is, on average, okay, and I surveyed thousands of marketers, okay? I'm an internet marketer. You know, you're watching this, you might be, you know, maybe you're a dentist, maybe you're, you know, maybe you're a chiropractor, maybe you're a network marketing distributor, maybe you're an MLMer, right? I have no idea what you do. But this applies to virtually everything, okay? And numbers might be, you know, it might vary a little bit, you know, either way, but for the most part, as an internet marketer, right, in our community, when marketers send out an email to their list, majority of them are getting very little open rates on their emails. And so what they're saying is they're saying things like, well, email marketing doesn't work. Email marketing sucks. We're gonna jump on this new bandwagon and we're gonna go and we're gonna do something with social media. We're gonna build a list on Facebook, and we're gonna build a list on Twitter, and we're gonna build a list on YouTube, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna go on LinkedIn and Instagram and all these other places. We're gonna be, this is where the engagement is, and that is partially true. Okay, what's really what they don't understand is when they are building a list outside of their control. In other words, if you're trying to build a list thinking that, if you had just get like hundreds of thousands of Facebook followers, okay, and that's your list, this is where your business lives, what happens if Facebook changes their algorithm tomorrow, right? Or if you're building your list on YouTube, right, and you got yourself thousands of followers on YouTube, what happens if you get somebody who goes crazy and they just start reporting your YouTube channel just because they're jealous or something crazy like that, right? And YouTube just closes your channel, okay? Just bans your channel just like that. There goes your list. You see what I'm saying? It actually happened to me, not once, couple times, okay? So for you to have your own list to where you can control it, and for you to understand how to increase your open rates, because in this industry, an average email open rate is in the single digits. Okay, this is very, very sad. It's somewhere around between, anywhere from 2 to 5%. Okay, think about this: between 2 and 5% right now. And I surveyed. This is like the most current statistics. Most marketers are getting their email open rate between 2 and 5%. Okay, that means that there is 95 to 98% of people that you email to, they're not opening your emails. That's a big problem. That's a giant problem. And the reason that this happens is because marketers have no clue what to do here to increase this. So what if you, think about this, what if you could increase this 2 to 5% open rate and you made it, I don't know, 20 to 30, okay? 20 to 30%. Now, what if what if you were able to go and make it 50%? Okay, email open rate. What would that do to your business? You say, Vic, are you qualified on this stuff? How do I know that this stuff you're going to be teaching me is actually sufficient? Let me show you. Okay, I got my little handy dandy computer here. Let me do a screen share real quick. I just want to share with you that some of the ideas I'm going to be showing you work like crazy. All right, here we go. Here's I got a couple autoresponders, and I just pulled this up just to show you, okay, what is possible. Now, here is this column right here. It represents how many emails actually went out and the email open rate, as you can see here. This one right here, I just sent it out this morning. Okay, so out of 30,000 emails that were sent, 3,900 people already opened it for a 13% open rate. Okay, now this is not very accurate because this is still in a process of being being open. Okay, so there's still people opening this email, and majority of the open rates are going to come in later on this evening. Okay, as people get back from work and things like that. Now check this out. Here are some of my sublists. Okay, that I've emailed to. 77% open rate. Okay, 21% email open rate, and some of this stuff. I'm a marketer, right? So what I do a lot is I test different headlines, I test different subject lines, I test different ideas, right? And so some ideas are just absolute winners, okay? And some ideas are not so much for the winners, okay? So that's why the open rate is going to fluctuate just a little bit. But you can see here, right? Out of 4,700 emails that I sent the other day, 44% of people opened it. Okay, that's 2,100 people opened an email that I sent out. We got a 66% open rate right here. Okay, out of 6,000. These are just different lists that I emailed to. Right, 66% email open rate. And some people say email marketing is dead, or you can't get people to respond on the email. Okay, I say that's not true. Okay, and here is the proof. Again, 71%, 83% email open rate, 78%, 74%, 88% email open rate, 53% on thousands of people. As you can see here, 5,000 people, right? You get 53% email open rate, and so forth. Okay, I get as much as 83%. Like I said, some of them are a little bit less than that, of course. 25%, but still way more than the industry average of 2 to 5%. Okay, let me take you to another autoresponder I have, and this is my Get Response right here, and this is a segment for my blog. Okay, so people that that somehow find me on the internet, right, and they find my blog, they opt in. Okay, now the communication, if I just select this right here, as you can see, and I choose all newsletters, and these are just, these are not follow-up messages. My follow-up messages are significantly higher, but these are just random autoresponders, just like broadcast messages that I send out from time to time when I feel like it, right? And as you can see here, overall, right, across tens of thousands of emails sent, right, I got 46.4% email open rate with a 19.46% email click-through rate. That is unbelievable, okay? Now, how do you engineer this? You want to pay attention. Now we can go, and we can take a look at some of these right here individually, just to give you an idea, right? Like this email right here that I sent out, it actually got 110% email open rate. Why? How is this possible? Well, people opened an email, more than once. Some folks actually came back and they kept opening up an email. Okay, that's how you get an email open rate of more than 100%. Okay, with a 65% click-through rate. Now let's check it out. Some of my other stuff here, and as you can see, my headlines here, the BIM Yacht Party tips, just to kind of give you an idea. Again, 85% email open rate with 40% click-through. Okay, how to get people to buy stuff? Email that I send out got 82% email open rate. All right, you see that? And some people are saying that email marketing is dead. Okay, 69%. You can see that, right? And the latest one here got me like 42.8% email open rate. Okay, but this gives you an idea. Let's go back here really quickly so that I can see you. All right. Okay, so let's talk about this. Where do you begin? Okay, like I said, the big problem is marketers have no clue how to do this. I was able to figure out, all right, how to do this. I'm going to teach you how to do this. Your job, your challenge, all right, should you accept it, is to listen to this, okay? Think about how can you apply this in your business. Don't copy it. I'm going to show you some stuff. I'm going to give you some examples. I want you to start thinking about how can you apply this to what you're doing, okay, your business. How can you apply this in your marketing? How can you model this? Become the student of the business, right? And become a good modeler, not copycat, modeler, okay? I think everything starts with me erasing this right here first, okay? We're going to dive into some of this stuff together. It's going to be fun. We're just going to have this like a workshop style, and I have no idea how long, we're going to go, but I'm going to go as long as I need to make sure that you understand this. I don't want to cut any corners. I don't want to, I don't want to steal the time. I don't want to talk about stuff that's not going to be relevant. I want to give you the meat right here, my friend. All right, and this is my passion right now is man, how many success stories can I create? How many people can I share some of these ideas that work for me personally and get them to to transform their businesses. That's really what I'm after. So I would appreciate if you give me some feedback, and I would love to hear your success story. Okay, I'd love to hear what you need. How is this stuff working out for you? Okay, so. Where everything begins, I guess we could call this like your ideal subscriber. This is where everything starts. This is where everybody's talking about, right? In our industry, all the gurus will talk about. Well, here is a strategy. Okay, what you need to do is you need to identify your market. You need to identify your ideal subscriber, and all that stuff is great and is true. Okay, what I will suggest though is think about this. Really think about this logically. Okay. Why do you respond to some of the things that you respond to, and why you're not responding to some of the things that you ought to respond to? Does that make sense? Why are some companies some companies coming out of nowhere and exploding, while others are just like on a treadmill. Why are some marketers starting out and they seem to explode very, very quickly, while others continue to struggle? You know, I was researching this, and I was looking at companies like Facebook. I was looking at companies like Google, right? I was looking at, I get a lot of ideas, just to give you a side note real quick. It's going to be useful for you. I get a lot of the ideas, really, really cool ideas, by studying and looking at how other companies are doing business, how other startups started out, okay, and they were able to raise to the top very, very quickly. I'm looking at companies like Apple Computers, okay, and I'm a student of the industry. You know, I love to learn new stuff. I love to model a lot of good ideas, okay. And I was just reading this book a couple years ago. It came across. Somebody told me about it, called "Start with Why," okay, by Simon Sinek. And this guy was explaining. He was on a similar. He went on a similar quest that I did. And he was able to dissect some of the companies and kind of figure out why some companies are succeeding while others in the same industry are not succeeding. Okay, and he came up with something. He says this. Check this out. Okay, hopefully you can see this. Okay, when I draw here. Okay, so he says, he calls it the circle. Let's just call it the circle of the golden circle. Okay, he says, most companies and company owners and business people, okay, they know what they're selling, okay? They know what they're selling. You're selling an ebook, a course, a product, service. They know very, very well what they're selling, okay? He says very, very fewer know how they're doing it, okay? And he says almost nobody, I'm talking about very, very little, very small percentage of companies and business people and entrepreneurs and marketers, and you insert the word for your niche, okay? He says very, very few people know why they do it, okay? So as a marketer, I want you to think about this. This took my business from just being one of those people who were, you know, just kind of grinding, right, and trying to figure out and just trying to compete with others and looking at other people and like, man, you know what I mean? Like, why am I not getting the results that I'm after? You know, why am I think I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, but why is it not happening for me? Until I saw this. And then, to me, that was everything. I mean, it's like a fog lifted. And I was like, man, this makes perfect sense, right? See, as you're building your business, before we talk about, you know, specific strategies you can apply, and we're going to talk about that stuff, right? When you are building your business, it's very, very important for you to understand why you're doing what you're doing. Like, what is your central why behind your brand? Does that make sense? What is your why behind building your list? Let me tell you this. If your why is to make a buck, you'll be struggling. Okay? If your why is to make enough money, and most people have their why to be like a, you know, they say, well, my why is my family, right? I mean, I want to make money to support my family, to support my children, my parents, you know, all that stuff, and that's great. But that's not quite where it needs to be. Okay, that's a byproduct. That's what happens. You know, that's a surface level why. Okay, what is the real why? Okay, like what is the why that's gonna come across through the video when you're talking to somebody? Like when I'm talking to you right now, right? And if I was to talk about, you know, a particular product or a particular service that I'm promoting, okay, what is my why that would come through the camera lens and it would touch you and that would resonate with you? Does that make sense? That's the kind of why I'm talking about. Now, to give you an example here, I can give you, I can talk about my why as a business person, okay, as an entrepreneur. And hopefully this will give you an idea of what I mean by this, okay? So we can be selling a lot of different things. That's great. We you know, and we can know how we're gonna do that. But why are we doing this? For me, okay, my why, the reason I do what I do, the reason why I exist, the reason why my business exists, okay, the reason I created this course right here, my friend, all right, the reason I do what I do every single day, okay, is to set a new standard. Okay? That is my core why. Now, there is a lot of subcategories under that. Okay, how am I doing this? Okay, how am I doing this is this. For me, how I'm doing it is I'm doing it through, I want to provide the best customer experience. Okay. I want to be innovative. Okay, so innovation. I'm doing this through a lifestyle. See, spelling on camera never works. Try it out. If you don't believe me, try it out. Try it out. Lifestyle. Okay, and fun. So these are my subcategories. This is how I'm supporting my main why. Does that make sense? So these are my supporting. There's like four legs to a stool. Okay, and then what I'm doing, this, hopefully you can. Well, I don't know if you can see that. Okay, hopefully you can see that now. Okay, what I'm doing is my product line. Okay. This is where everybody focuses on. Okay, everybody in the world, most people, okay, they just focus on, hey, this is my product line. It's got, it's got 4 wheels, it's got 4 doors, it's got a steering wheel, and it's 1996 or it's 2014, it's whatever. The thing is called a car. That's what I'm doing. Okay, this is my ebook. It teaches people how to do this. Whatever. Okay, that's what everybody else is doing. Okay, that's your product line. That's not why you exist. You with me? Okay, I hope I'm making sense to you. This right here, okay, how do you sell your product? It can be, it should support, this right here should support this and should support this. But if you don't know this stuff is not relevant. This stuff right here without this is useless. This stuff right here is gonna make you just like another marketer. Okay, it's gonna have the market look at you with a perception of, he's just like another marketer. When you're, especially if you're in a competitive niche, especially like when I walked into the network marketing industry. Okay, when I stepped into the network marketing industry for the first time ever in my life, never done this before, okay? I stepped in and was able to set the industry's record by earning, I think, almost $1 million, like $710,000 in my first 28 days. Now, this is just, these are my results. I'm not guaranteeing or implying you're going to get the same stuff, but that's what I was able to do, okay? And was able to earn literally millions and millions of dollars within my first year, right, in the industry. Not because I understood this, but because I got very, very clear on this right here. See, what everybody was doing is everybody was following everybody else. And if you want to run your business to the ground faster than anything else you can imagine, okay, do what everybody else is doing, okay? If you want to keep your conversion rates, if you want to keep your email open rates to be the same as everybody else's, 2 to 5%, you're welcome to do what everybody else is doing out there. Okay? And everybody else, most people have no clue on what the real core why is. So maybe your homework after watching this video, before you move on to any other videos right here, right, in this module, is maybe sit down and really get clear on your core why. Why is your business exist? Why do you exist as a marketer, right? And I'm not saying like why you as a person exist. Why you exist in the marketplace. Okay? Why should people listen to you? Okay? Everything else I do right here supports. I want to set a new standard. I want to change lives. When I say a new standard, I'm going to think not like the majority, but I'm going to look at what majority is doing, and I'm going to do things a little bit differently. If majority is getting 2 to 5% email open rates, I'm going to do things a little bit differently so that my email open rates are going to be into 60 and 70 and 80%. That make sense? Now, that's the big why. Okay? So let's talk about something else here. After I erase my whiteboard. All right. Hopefully this is making sense to you. Again, we're just gonna keep it like a classroom style here, my friend. Okay, and hopefully that's cool with you, because you know what? It's cool with me, and this is live. I'm not gonna edit this out. We're just gonna keep rolling, because I don't want this to be like, I don't want this to be too professional. Although we could, but I think it will be cool with me, right? We're just hanging out, just you and me. Nobody else is watching, just you and me. Okay. Now, let me give you a couple ideas. Okay. When it comes to conversions, okay, and like I said, your list, okay, your list. Well, check this out. Okay, here's another thing to know. Okay, this is important. If this is your list, okay, let me do it a little bit better. Okay, let me do it like this. This is your prospect. Okay, that's your prospect. There can be a lot of them. Okay. Now, if this guy right here, okay, if he is on your list, okay, if this guy is on your list, I'm going to suggest that he's probably on other people's lists. Would you agree? Okay. So this is your competition. Okay. And the proof is in the pudding. Let me ask you a question. If let's say if you're on my list, right? I don't know if you are or not, but let's say if you were on my list, or if you're on somebody else's list, okay? Let's pick a marketer. Whose list are you on? Okay. Are you subscribed to other people's lists, other marketers' lists or not? Okay. If you said yes, which you probably did, right? There's a proof in the pudding for you that your subscribers are going to be just like you. Does that make sense? Now, the idea here becomes is how do you stand out? Okay. How do you get this guy right here to resonate with you? Okay. Your list to resonate with you. Okay. And pay attention to you instead of others. How do you do that? Okay, and to do that, you need to understand a simple principle in marketing. Okay, what is you might want to write this down. Okay, I'm gonna teach you some really cool stuff tonight. All right, so get yourself something to write with. You know, if you're taking notes, it might be a good idea to write this, because I think it will, after my board dries here, it'll serve you for the rest of your marketing career. And I learned this a few years ago, and I started to apply this, and my income, the only direction it went up, ever since me starting to apply this, my income always went up. Okay, it never decreased. Okay. What is marketing? What do you think? What do you think is what do you think marketing is? And when I say marketing, keep in mind marketing to people who are on your list. Okay? Because that's when the true marketing begins. Getting people to your list is not really it's marketing, but it's a different kind of marketing. Okay? Your true marketing is gonna start when people get on your list. Okay, so I'm going to suggest to you that, and from my experience, what really served me, hopefully it's going to serve you as well, is marketing is education, is educating. Okay, marketing is educating, or we can say also just as important, simplifying. Okay. Let me give you an example here. You know, when I when I started to let me explain to you what educating means in terms, in this concept of marketing. Okay, so when somebody enters my list, what I do, okay, is I immediately want to separate myself from the crowd. I immediately want to raise myself as a marketer and position myself head and shoulders above my competition. Okay, whatever it is that you're promoting. Again, you can apply this to being a chiropractor, a doctor, a lawyer, internet marketer, network marketer, MLMer, whatever. Okay. Chances are, what you do, there's probably other people, maybe a lot of people, are doing the same thing. Okay. What most people are doing is most of your competition, they're just so focused on getting that sale that they get blindsided by, what's really important to your prospect and how to win your prospect over on your side, which is by educating them. Okay, so here's something I'm going to suggest. You may want to write this down. Okay, you don't sell. This idea is going to revolutionize your business if you apply it. Okay, don't sell to a person. Don't sell to a person. Okay, that's what everybody's doing. They're selling to people. That's what your competition is doing. Okay, what I would suggest you do. Okay, what I would suggest you do is you sell to your markets. Sell to your let's say to your subscribers. Desired outcome. Okay, you heard the saying, probably, right? Don't sell a drill, sell a hole, right? Somebody wants to make a hole in the wall. They're not necessarily looking for, they're not thinking about, they're not waking up in the morning thinking, well, I need a drill. I need a drill. They're thinking, well, I need a hole. Right? Somebody's business is struggling. They don't wake up in the middle of the night thinking, well, I need to buy this e-course or e-book on whatever, right? They think, how can I turn my business around? Okay, if somebody is getting started in this industry and they're trying to build a list, or they're trying to figure out how to get more traffic to their website, how to get more exposure, see, they're not waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning thinking, I need to go and buy that course. Right? Or I need to go and buy that book or whatever, right? They're thinking, how can I get more people to see my business? You see what I'm saying here, right? That's their outcome. That's their desired outcome. What is your market's desired outcome? Figure that out. Filter that, your selling process through your why, through your core why, okay? And you're going to sell to your subscribers' desired outcome. When I say to your subscribers' desired outcome, okay, is what I do personally is the keyword here is subscribers. Okay, you're one person. If you can narrow your list down to one person, okay. See if I can. Oh, I don't have room here. Okay, so instead of talking at your list or talking to your list, okay, talk to a subscriber. Talk to a person. Like when I write my emails, the reason I'm getting emails to be opened by a lot of people a lot of times, right, is a couple of reasons. Number one is I'm running my business through the filter of my core why, and everything else supports that. Okay, how I'm doing that, what I'm doing, all that stuff supports my main core why. Okay, that's number one. Number two is when I understand what their desired outcome is. Okay. And number three is when I'm writing an email to them or when I'm marketing to them, I'm talking to a person. Even though I may send out an email to 30,000 people or 100,000 people, right, or 600,000 people, right, that are on my list, when I write that email, I have one person in my mind. I'm writing to that email to my ideal subscriber. Okay, and so what I did is instead of saying, well, my ideal subscriber is he's male and he is 44 years old. You know, he makes around $40,000 a year. He's frustrated. He's trying to build his online business, and you know, he tried to do that for years, and it didn't work out for him, right? And you know, he's got 3 children, and his wife is working, and she's not really, you know, she doesn't necessarily approve what he's doing, but he's trying to make it because he really loves his family. That's my ideal subscriber. But I take a step further, and I identify his core desire, his desired outcome, and his challenges that he is going through, and I write that marketing piece to him, filtering that through my core why, which is to set a new standard, right? If he tried things in the past that didn't work out, I try to simplify it, okay? Simplifying it, okay? Marketing is educating and simplifying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a sequence of emails, and I'm going to cover some of the exact strategies that I personally implement in my business to do that, right? Which is going to support this main, you know, framework that I'm talking about right now in this video. But there is different strategies that you can employ and deploy in your business, in your marketing, right? That will allow you to exponentially increase your results, okay, when you do it properly. And we're going to talk about that stuff in the videos coming up, or videos, you know, that's after this one. For now, I wanted you to see the framework, right? And I wanted you to start thinking, really think about your core why, because everything else is going to be filtered through that, okay? And so identify that, and then in the next video, you know, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about how to, you know, your invisible bank. We're going to talk. I'll give you some specific strategies that work really well for me. But the thing that to always remember, okay, is when I know my subscribers' desired outcome, okay, I'm going to market to him through educating him, okay? I'm going to market to him by educating him and by teaching him that will help him get a step closer to his desired outcome. I'm going to do that for free, and I'm going to simplify my education. Hopefully it makes sense to you, right? See, it's not difficult to understand this. It's not difficult, but it's more difficult for you to start applying this. But it's not going to be as difficult if you just sit down with a piece of paper and map your business out, okay? Think about if you have an idea that comes to your head, write it down, right? Put all the ideas down on paper and think of different ways and different strategies that you can serve your subscriber, okay? So I'm going to simplify things. Why do you think, you know, hopefully, all right, if I did my job correctly, hopefully when you are going through this course, you know, you can see how things are not as difficult, they're not as complicated as a lot of people making it seem to be, right? Why? Because I'm trying to simplify this process for you as much as possible. And it makes sense, right? So how can you take the same approach with your market? Okay? If you can do that, my friend, you can stand out from the crowd, and you can do things that other marketers and other people in your industry cannot do. Make sense? So with that being said, let's go ahead and cut this video, and I'll see you in the next one where I'm going to talk to you about your invisible bank. Really cool stuff. All right? See you there.